Welcome everyone. In this video, we'll study about legal frameworks for ethical hacking. So firstly, we'll have a look on cybersecurity laws and regulation. First, we'll study major cybersecurity laws that are present worldwide. First one is GDPR, that is also known as General Data Protection Regulation. This law is applicable mostly in the European Union, that is the European nations. It focuses majorly on personal data and privacy. Ethical hackers must ensure compliance when dealing with personal data. Heavy penalties for non-compliances such as data breaches. So what we understand here is GDPR's major focus is on personal data and privacy. It ensures that privacy shouldn't be compromised. Ethical hackers who perform some kind of penetration testing tasks or ethical hacking tasks should ensure compliance when they found some personal data present into the system or organization. They need to behave responsibly when they find any kind of personal data. If any if any kind of penetration tester fails to follow the compliances, heavy penalties are charged to him. Second is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, which is also known as HIPAA. It is a US law that protects sensitive patient health information. Ethical hackers conducting security assessments in healthcare must ensure that the confidentiality of the healthcare data is looked. Penetration tests in healthcare environments must comply with HIPAA's security and privacy rules. So what we understand here is HIPAA is a US law that majorly focuses on protecting the patient's data that is present into the any healthcare organization. It may be any clinic, hospital, or any other. While performing some penetration testing tasks, ethical hackers must ensure that the confidentiality of the health data is maintained. Whenever ethical hacker or penetration tester tries to perform his penetration testing task, he needs to ensure that it complies with the HIPAA security and privacy rules. Third one is Information Technology Act or IT Act, that is in India. So IT Act's major focus is on governing cyber activities and offenses in India. It provides a legal framework for data protection and electronic transactions. Ethical hackers in India need to align their practices with IT provisions regarding unauthorized access and cybercrime. So what we understand here is IT Act is the act that is present into the India. It provides a legal structure for data protection and electronic transactions. So we are very much familiar with what data protection is. It's just protecting data from unauthorized access. And electronic transactions are nothing but the transactions what we do from morning till the evening, whether it's a kind of payment or any other. Ethical hackers in India need to ensure that they follow the rules that are present into the IT Act as present into the Constitution of India. Second is Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, which is also known as CFAA. It's a US federal law that criminalizes unauthorized access to computers and networks. So, as per this law, unauthorized access to computers and network is considered as criminal activity. If any person found doing some kind of unauthorized access, this act it could be applied to him. Its key provisions are it prevents access without authorization or exceeding authorized access, makes it illegal to damage, alter, or steal data from a system. So, as per this act, the major focus of this act is to prevent uh, exceeding authorized access. That is, when an authorized individual tries to exceed his permissions given. Also, uh, me- uh, its major focus is on whether there is any damage, alter, or stealing data from a system. It could be reported as some kind of criminal activity. Relevance to ethical hacking. Ethical hackers must always have authorization to test systems to avoid CFAA violations. Written consent from the target organization is crucial to ensure legal compliance. Ethical hackers must always follow the CIFA compliance so that they can perform their penetration testing task into the limits. Written consent, that is the permission given to them. They should follow the consent and should not exceed tasks from performing from it. Third one is overview of regional and global regulations for ethical hacking. Firstly, we'll understand what are regional variations. So we need to understand that different countries and regions may not have the same law. They have various legal frameworks for ethical hacking. So what we understand here is no same law, no law is present in two different countries that could be same. Ethical hackers must understand local laws where they operate, especially for cross-border engagements. So ethical hackers must always follow the rules that are present into the compliance or the security policies, especially when it comes to military activities such as cross-border engagements. Next is global standards. Many organizations follow international frameworks like ISO IEC 27001 and NIST cybersecurity framework to maintain compliance globally. So ISO 27001 and NIST cybersecurity framework is a legal framework that many organizations in the present time follow. If by chance if you visit any kind of website that may be present that may be belong to a college, university, government, we might find some kind of mark like ISO 27001. So that means the website or the organization follows this framework. These standards help establish guidelines for secure ethical hacking practices and safeguard sensitive data. So by following such laws, we can perform some ethical hacking practices and safeguard sensitive data. Now we will dive deep into the ethical hacking standards. First one is OWASP, which is also known as Open Web Application Security Project. It's a non-profit organization that focuses on improving the security of the software and web applications. So OWASP Top 10 is a very demandable and must-know topic in the present time. Whenever you look to become an ethical hacker, you should be familiar with OWASP Top 10. It's a globally recognized list of top 10 critical security threats for web applications. It could include injections, phishing, broken authentication, or any other. So why is it important for ethical hackers? It acts as a benchmark for identifying common vulnerabilities during penetration testing. So it provides some kind of structure while identifying some vulnerabilities or while performing some kind of penetration testing. Ethical hackers make the use of OWASP as a guideline for securing applications and mitigating risks. So whenever a penetration tester tries to perform penetration testing onto any system, what he looks for is keeping a checklist of OWASP top 10. If the same vulnerability is present into the software or system, it could be flagged as per the severity level. Second is the NIST cybersecurity framework. So what is NIST? The NIST is National Institute of Standard and Technology, which was developed to provide voluntary guidance based on existing standards and best practices. So its core functions include mainly five phases: identify, protect, detect, respond, recover. So identification means we need to assess some kind of cybersecurity risks that are present into the organization system, website, or any such entity. Protect. So we need to implement safeguards to ensure service delivery. That is, we need to implement some kind of security mechanisms to provide security to the data or system. Third one is to detect. By detecting, we can identify potential cybersecurity events. Fourth phase is responding. We need to take actions on the cybersecurity incident. Either we need to firstly identify the severity level of it and perform actions on it. Based on the severity level, we can perform the further tasks. Fifth one is recover. We need to restore capabilities after a cybersecurity incident. So what this point aims to claim is if by chance any attack is performed onto our system or infrastructure, we need to perform some kind of activities that could restore our system to the previous version of it, wherein it was a safe. So what's its relevance to ethical hacking? Ethical hackers follow the NIST framework to ensure a structured approach to identify vulnerabilities and help organizations improve security defenses. So NIST gives us a very structured approach to identify vulnerabilities present into the system. It ultimately helps organizations improving security defenses. Third one is PCI DSS, which is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. So what is PCI DSS? It is a set of security standards designed to ensure that all companies accepting, processing, storing, or transmitting credit card information maintain a secure environment. So we know financial reputation is very important. If by chance our money falls into the trap of cyber attacks, it could prove very fatal to us. PCI DSS is developed with the same intention of protecting our financial health. Its key requirements are protecting cardholders' data, implementing strong access control measures, regularly test and monitor networks. So cardholders are nothing but the users. It protects their data, implement strong access control measures. So it basically performs some kind of actions that lead to the developments of cyber security policies that could create some kind of access control measures. Third one is regularly test and monitor networks. So, what's the ethical hacker's role? Ethical hacker conducts penetration testing to ensure that the system handling payment data are secure and compliant with PCI DSS, identifying vulnerabilities that could lead to data breaches or unauthorized access to cardholder data. So, whenever hacker performs some kind of penetration tests, he need to ensure that the payment data are secure and they are compliant with PCI DSS. Next is we need to identify vulnerabilities that could lead to data breaches or unauthorized access to cardholders' data. Fourth one is ISO or IEC 27001, that is Information Security Management System. It's an international standard for managing information security that provides a systematic approach to managing sensitive company information. Its major focus is on establishing, implementing, maintaining, and continuously improving an information management system. So its relevance to ethical hackers. So ethical hackers are often engaged by organizations to assess their security policies in compliance with ISO 27001. So whenever an ethical hacker conducts some kind of penetration testing, he need to ensure that he's compliant with ISO 27001. If not, he could fall prey to some kind of heavy penalties. It helps ethical hackers validate that an organization's information security practices meet international standards.